Good morning, and we are going to now do odds for section 4.2b uh, are called odds. Odds are just they go along perfectly with probability, but people mix them up all the time. People say something like the odds are 1/3 that something will happen. That is actually incorrect. Probability, I have an example here. Probability of something happening is 4 out of 12. Now, when we want to talk about odds, this might be the one time where I say, please reduce the fraction. So, 4/12 reduces to 1/3. Now, our definition of probability, that's the P, our definition is the number of successes out of the total. So there's one success for every 3 tries. The odds in this case, though, are written out like this, which is 2 to 1. Probability is a fraction. Odds are a ratio written with the colon in there, 2 to 1. This problem has odds of 2 to 1. The odds, you want to remember this, the odds, the first number is your number of fails. How many times you fail. And the second number is how many times you succeed. So instead of being successes out of total, odds are how many times you will fail to how many times you will succeed. 2 to 1. If you ever hear of a horse race, this is my go-to. If you ever hear of a horse race and you hear the odds are 100 to 1, that means it's a bad horse because it's going to fail 100 times before it succeeds one time. It'll fail 100 times before it will succeed one time. So let's do a couple of practice problems. And we'll try to go frontwards and backwards with this. So in other words, if the probability, we won't reduce these, we'll just do it the way it is. If the probability, say, is 3 out of 11, okay, what are the odds? Now, that means they successfully were 3 times, so that goes second. That's your successes. How many times did they fail? If they have a total of 11 and they were successful 3 times, this number is 8. So these two numbers have to add to the denominator here. So if you're given the probability is 3 out of 11, the odds are 8 to 3. Let's do the other way now. Let's say the odds are 5 to 2. What is the probability? And the second number is how many times you were successful. And now I add these two to get the bottom number, the denominator. So it's I lost 5 times, I will lose 5 times, and I will win 2 times. So the probability is 2 out of 7. Okay? That's all odds are. Now I am going to show you one more thing because this is on your homework. This is one of the reasons Las Vegas and gambling places always stay in business. They always stay. This is how they will stay in business. So we're going to do an example. We're going to call it pick a 5 out of a deck of cards, any 5. So what is the probability of picking a 5? Any 5, heart, club, spade, or diamond. It would be 4 out of 52. There are 4 5s, 52 cards. We're going to reduce this to 1 out of 13. It does reduce to 1 out of 13. Therefore, what are the odds of picking a 5? Well, again, the 1 goes second, and then we subtract, and we get 12 to 1. Those are the odds. What that means is that every dollar you bet, you should get paid $12 in winnings. For every dollar you bet, you should get $12. So if I bet $5 and I win, I should get 5 times 12. So if I bet $5, I should get $60 as my payment. Okay? Here's how Vegas stays in business. Here's how Las Vegas stays in business. Oops. There we go. They make what's called the payout 10 to 1. So what they do is they pay out $10 for every dollar you bet. So who gets this other $2? The gambling place. So even when you win, you're losing. That's why a gambling place will never go out of business. We all know people who win, but for every one person who wins money at a gambling place, at a casino, there are hundreds and thousands of people who are losing. So one of the questions on the homework is, go ahead and do this, and then it will ask you, what would you make the payout? So if this is something different, if this is, say, your odds, you do a different problem. Let's just say, instead of picking a 5, let's pick a spade or a heart. Hearts are easy to draw. So if I pick a heart, there are 13 hearts out of 52, which reduces to 1 out of 4. Therefore, these are the steps you take. Therefore, the odds are 3 to 1. What would you make the payout? You do not want to make it anything higher than 3 to 1. You don't even want to make it 3 to 1. You want to make it 2 to 1. Or, that didn't work. There we go. 1 to 1. Okay? All right. So that's the homework, or that's the section on odds. Try the homework. Give me a shout, email or text. Some of you are doing that, and that's excellent. And ask any questions. This homework is due Tuesday of next week, March 31st. And then we will do section 4.3, which will be due Thursday or Friday. I'll make it due Thursday, but you know how that is. Get it in on Friday. And that's on the addition rule of probability. And that's it. And that'll take us up to spring break. Okay. Enjoy.